Hello, all of y'all good people, and welcome to the Pop Culture Green Room. I am your co-host, Kimberly Bryant, and guess what, y'all? It's different, and I got comedian Jeff Vance with us from Gonzales, Louisiana. Welcome.
Hi, hi, glad to be here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have Jeff here, but y'all, this is a funny story, is that I knew Jeff back years ago when we used to work together, but not only that, but he was an actor then, and then actor and became a comedian, and I'm super excited for him to like share with us his journey about Lunchbox comedy, everything that's going on, and then we're gonna get into some pop culture news, mainly about we want to talk about Lana Del Rey, y'all, because Lana,
The queen herself.
yes, the queen herself, because she is studying Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana, Southeast, Southwest.
I
Woo!
love it.
Okay, all Louisiana on fire. And so, all you men out there that are single and hopeless, don't be hopeless because there's hope for you because Lana Del Rey says so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, Jeff, thank you so much for meeting me here.
Yeah.
We are at the Rind Cheese and Sandwich Shop in Hammond, Louisiana. It's pretty cool, pretty nice. It's so awesome. Like we're gonna um give some more info, leave some links, all kind of information about this location here. But yeah, it's my first live interview. I'm very excited. The pressure is on. The pressure's on. But just like no, it's cool. So
Like I really do feel like a drug addict that is sitting in front of a whole bunch of drugs and trying his best to be on the straight and narrow, but there is cheese in every corner of this place.
and
And I am sweating right now.
I know I'm in heaven. I'm like,
It smells so good in here.
it does. Oh my gosh, there's cheese everywhere. And I'm gonna dig into that little platter in a sec. But first, let's start with you. All right, tell us. How did you get started? Like, just go into it, like with
Sure. So I guess acting is kind of where we kind of started
right.
as far as just getting to know what I was doing. Acting was going pretty well. So I figured, why not venture and do some other stuff? So I started theater, then I started dinner theater. Oh, there's a whole bunch of cheese passing through. Oh my gosh.
Y'all are missing it, y'all. Specials. Yes, lots of cheese came through.
Ah, it's like pounds of cheese. It's like, just cover it up. Thought this show was PG-13. It's wild in here. Uh Started in acting, uh did theater, and then I got into dinner theater, and then a lot of the people that were doing dinner theater were like, "Hey, comedy's not great, but it's an outlet and it's a stage, and you don't need much to do stand up." So I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And you do need a lot for stand up. I learned very quickly it's not for the faint of heart. It doesn't pay well, and usually people just tell you you're not funny in the beginning. Eventually, it gets better, but a lot of the beginning stuff is people telling you, please quit doing comedy and go back to the grocery store or wherever you're from. And, for a lot of people, that checks out. I'm just very stubborn, and I didn't do that for a long time. But then life happens, and I
Right.
quit comedy in 2009. I raised children, got them through diapers. They're in high school now, and COVID happened. So that jump started the comedy career back up. So I came back to comedy in Gonzales, my hometown, stomping grounds, and we were going to start just like an open mic, just so
Uh-huh.
people can come try out some jokes. And the problem is, no one was showing up for an open mic. Instead, we had a sold out show with no comedians.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So the first show Lunchbox ever did was at South 73 Lunchroom in Dutchtown. Very great spot. But it was just people showing up for a show.
Oh,
And I was calling in favors from my friends from back in the day. I was like, "Hey, can you come do some time? We have a sold out crowd with no comedians." And then the comedians got word that we were doing comedy in the area, which is having to explain what Gonzales is. It's
right.
what is that? Where is that at?
Yeah. That's where
Because
it starts with the 21 questions.
correct.
Dallas, where is it? What is it?
Yes. It's the whole run through where it's like, where? It's like
Mhm.
around Prairieville. Where? Baton Rouge. Where? New Orleans. I'm a New Orleans Saint. I live on Bourbon Street. You know,
Association.
you know. it's hard to get there, but eventually you do. Then comedy kind of took off for a hot spell, and we branched off into Florida, into other parts of Louisiana, as well as Mississippi. We have a big following there now too.
That is so cool.
I paraphrased it, but yeah,
But it's I just like I said, when watching your journey and everything, and it's just funny that like you said, you went from you started acting and then it just went on the back burner for a little while. And you started like comedy. So when you first got on the stage for the first time, like how did you feel? Like what was your reaction? And did you want to go back on stage like right after, or were you like, I'm done?
there's it can go either way. The crazy thing about getting on stage for the first time to do comedy is, do you have jokes or do you just naturally think you're funny? Now, some people can naturally just get on the stage. It's like, let me tell you a story about this,
Right.
and they're just talking like they would at like a barbecue.
Mhm.
But also, there's that other element where it's like I prepared material. Let me go see if that works, and
Okay.
it's finding the marriage between the two. So a little bit of this, a little bit of
Mhm.
that. And since I had an acting background, I pretty much wrote a monologue and
Really?
went out there
Okay.
and just did it.
Yes.
And it went well. Like I had to, and that unfortunately, when it goes well the first time, you're like, oh, I got this. And then like third and fourth time don't go so well, and you're like, I don't have this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Rose, how do you bounce back from that?
Ah, that's a great question. It really just takes one more person laughing. So
Mhm.
if you do the joke and it doesn't work, go back to the drawing board, rewrite it, bring it back, present it differently. And if it doesn't work again, maybe just scrap the joke and
Got
just
it.
try again. But sometimes you can rework a joke and it gets better.
Got it. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Because for me, I guess I always thought like comedy, does it have like a lot of improv in it? Or is it really depend on like what style that you choose?
Once you get enough time on stage and you have enough stories and different things you can say, you kind of build the dialogue you want to present on stage,
Hmm.
but you have a whole bag of tricks
Got
to
it.
where it's like if somebody in the crowd mentions uh how about how they used to have a cell phone when they were a kid, just random stuff like that. And you're like,
Hmm.
oh, I've got a bit about that. The Nokia 5160. It's a
Yeah.
brick, and you start talking about that, and immediately you make a connection with the crowd. So
Okay.
that improv
Yeah.
does kind
Mhm.
of come into play a lot, especially if you're just reading the crowd. Some people just get up there and they do their entire comedy set. Like,
Mhm.
this is my set. This is my 20 minutes. I don't change anything.
Got it. Okay.
And that works.
Right, right. Yeah, I've seen a few like that in San Diego when I would go to like the comedy club. It
Yeah.
was gosh, I'm forgetting who it was. This side I'm forgetting like I'm blanking out. I remember the tank top I had though with it. That my friend
I
had
remember
got.
the
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah, the outfit. Yeah. That's sad that I can't remember. But I think it's because like every time I went twice and saw him, and he said the same. It was the same exact uh stand-up routine.
Yeah.
And then I had other friends that had gone like a few months after I did. They said it was the same routine. So because like sometimes I like to see things like switched up. So I was curious about that. Like,
It's it, it kind of goes both ways. When you're a professional touring comedian and you have 50 minutes that you have ingrained in your head,
mhm,
like you know it by heart, you don't stray from that because each time you do a set, it just gets a little tighter until it's so good to where it's like, I think this is ready. Like I'm
got
ready to
it.
film a special.
Okay.
But you run the risk of people following. It's like, yeah, I'm going to see him for the next two shows he's in town,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same show, with the exception of one person doing an outburst
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. When it's young comedians, like kind of what we do,
Uh-huh.
you follow like I have people that follow me from show to show, and
Nice.
it's great. But also, once you see somebody that just saw you last week, you're like, "Oh, I got to change the joke up.
But okay, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
I got to
So,
make it
so I
fresh."
got I got my fans, I got my crew, and then it's like, oh
Yeah,
wait a minute.
I have. I'm excited because my friends are going to be here, but also I want to not be so stale. So you run the risk of doing the same bits. But
Makes sense.
sometimes they're like, I like to watch that because I like to watch the progression
Right.
and being in the crowd when people haven't heard a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I know what's coming. They don't. So a lot
Right.
of them like to sit in that pocket and just kind of kind of watch me play with the crowd.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. And I know that with the comedy, like other things had come along too as well. So you've got other people that tour with you, and yeah, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So starting comedy, I did not have touring with nationally accredited comedians as part of my resume, but
Mhm,
it just kind of happens to where you have a lot of comedians that come into town or into a town and they're like, well, who's producing shows? And
uh-huh.
they see me as a producer. They're like, okay, Jeff's producer. Then they come to a show and I get their crowd. And for 15 minutes, like they're laughing. They're like, oh, no, he's funny too. It's a lot of times it's one or the other, but like it's cool to make them kind of see that other side of me because a lot of them don't really get that opportunity to have producers that are also funny.
Hey, it's like, well, I've got a producer. Yeah, well, he's talented, pretty dope, badass. Oh, wait, he's funny too.
And he's funny. Yeah. And it's cool because they see that, then they're like, well, do you want to come with me on the road? And there's like, yes, please get me out of Gonzales. Let's do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. Just doing well in front of other people and the main thing is being a good person on top of
Yeah,
all that.
for sure. I
They dig that.
1000% feel. I feel like being a good person, it gets you a long way in a park.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, understand that. That is so cool. So what is next for Jeff Vance? Like, what is your like next big project that you want to do or idea that you have? If you can even tell us about that.
I'll tell you about all the bits and pieces. There's a few things we have in the works. I think this guy's coming in to get cheese.
See.
Let's see. It sounds like it. Oh yeah.
It's happening.
It's into it. It is. This is a problem. Brought me to a cheese place. It's like, hey, fat boy. I got a great idea.
God, you would
I mean, this looks like me. It's like it's pretty much my body. That's a Jeff block. That's a huge.
channel. What do you call a wheel of wheel? A huge wheel of cheese in front of us.
Pandano, Browno, Pandano.
Yeah.
I don't know cheese. I just eat the cheese. Okay, that's what I do. What's next for Jeff? Sorry, cheese is distracting. Uh, this is the problem. You have no idea. There's a big block of yellow cheese just right up there. Good grief.
Look, and it got it was free.
That's a napkin box. I can't.
I was so distracted.
Can I see one of those blocks of cheese real quick? This is just what they've been carrying.
The smoker.
Good
Smoker sounds
grief.
yeah, look.
Look at this fresh cheese.
Cheese, Sienna.
Ah,
Sienna. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link so y'all can click it.
good grief. I'll tell you what's next for Jeff. Diet.
Like I said, I was in San Diego for so long and
Yeah.
out there, especially downtown. I used to work downtown, so I would go and walk, and they had like all these like cheese shops like that, and, little sandwich shops. So
Yeah.
to have that here, I love that. That's awesome.
It's very cool.
Him and this girl, man.
I was about to join in and I saw cheese again. What's next for Jeff? We have a few shows with Lunchbox Comedy that little passion projects I have. One's called Freshman Class.
Oh, tell me about that.
That's where I'm finding comedians that are young or new to comedy. And we're kind of giving them a showcase show because a lot of comedians perform in front of open mics
Right.
or they go up at open mic, which open mic consists of 90% comedians, 10% people. So people don't really show up to open mics as much as comedians show up to open mics. So you want to talk about the hardest crowd possible? Like trying to make other comedians laugh when you're working out a bit. It's really hard. So with freshman class, we're giving them an opportunity to be in front of real people and deliver fresh new jokes and pretty much just make fun of them because they're young and new. I'm just kidding. We don't make fun of them. We don't make fun of them. That's coming up. We also have we're going to do, all right, I'll announce it here live so you guys can salivate over this as I'm looking at cheese. Uh, we're doing an airsoft 3 versus 3, all comedians, and we're going to film it and intertwine it with a stand-up show, all to be filmed and edited and released on Amazon.
That's exciting.
So yeah. So imagine like 6 comedians with body cams on as we're going in here in an airsoft
That's
arena.
awesome.
I guess I don't want to get shot. My anxiety's.
I,
I'm gonna get shot in the eye. I'm the one guy wearing goggles that things are gonna go straight through.
oh,
I hope not, but yeah, I do. Yeah. There's even small blocks. Oh, samples? Cheese samples?
well, but
Australian
red
red
chili.
cheese?
Oh my gosh, okay, oh my gosh. The butter box for us.
Golly. Go for it. I'm going for one.
Oh my gosh, this is
I'm not gonna.
Y'all are missing out.
I don't know. The radio broadcast probably sounds wild right now. Sorry, y'all. Don't play this around your children.
Oh my gosh. I don't think it's
Ooh. Man, I go good with a beer.
Ooh, this too, like, oh, it's like a great place to breaks and some, yes,
Golly.
the sugar grapes crackers. All that is.
Dude, a mac and cheese with this? With bacon?
It's a sin.
This is a problem, y'all. That's all I'm saying. This is a problem. So yeah, the airsoft thing's happening. We're on Amazon. We have an Amazon special out. It's $3. If you watch it, I get 10 cents. So that's cool. Oh, is this a palate cleanser?
Say.
Monterey Jack. This is my favorite. I told you. They're on top of this. The cheese scientists over here. Monterey Jack is my favorite character on Chippendale Rescue Rangers. He was the pilot. I'm a little drunk right now, cheese. Oh,
Yeah.
Monterey Jack is so fantastic. You knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe 90 bucks.
Yeah.
Yes. I do want to watch let's watch comedy. Yes, I want to watch it in like Irving. That'll be so much fun.
Should.
But think about it though, 5 years ago, did you think that you'd be where you are?
I did.
Sweet. Love that.
I did. 10 years ago, I knew I would be here. This is what I wanted. I never stopped. Like I pivoted a lot, but was never too far from the same central thing, which is entertaining. I did DJing, I did acting. Everything has been a stage, and it's all kind of prepared me for this. So
That's
I kind of knew it was coming. I didn't know when. Sooner would have been better. I had good knees about 10 years ago, so that would have been cool. But you don't pick when things are supposed to happen for you. But if you stay true and you just remain a good person, don't take shortcuts, you'll get there. You'll figure it out. I forgot where the camera was because cheese. But we do have a show coming here in Hammond. If you're in the Hammond area, not sure when this is going out.
not tonight.
Oh, all right.
Just like
Kim does not play around, folks. Kim K mode. You can call me Kim. That's the name of her next special.
actually said that.
Mhm.
To get out there and work. That's loved it. I thought she said,
I've been a fan, to be honest.
I love her. I'm like, I mean, look at her. Look what she did. Girl,
I've seen her.
yeah.
I've seen her. Yeah, she did. She sure did. Uh,
But speaking of Kim Kardashian, this is a great segue
yeah.
because with the Kim Kardashian's her Skims campaign, Lana Del Rey actually joined her Skims campaign.
Mm.
Pretty good ads. And speaking of Lana Del Rey, we're gonna get into Lana Del Rey because she recently got married. Well, the reason why, excuse me, bro, here my throat.
Go
The reason
ahead.
why we found this so entertaining is because there is still, right, Chad? There's still single men in Louisiana because she wouldn't marry her. I don't know the alligator hunter. Who's the alligator hunter? It's
Alligator hunter. He's a boat, swamp tour,
a swamp.
swamp tour guide. He gave her a swamp tour, and then she gave him a swamp tour. You know,
What the race? An A-list celebrity. And then
which kind of been huge for a while. But it's just it. When I say it gives you hope, it definitely gives you hope. Because I was ready. I was throwing in the towel. I was like, I'm not dating anymore. I'm done. And then she goes to the swamp and finds love, and I'm like, maybe I got a little extra time. Let's see what happens. Waiting for my Lana Del Rey.
But then too, it's not all great for Lana Del Rey. Like people, like these celebrities. I think one of the guys who really was dated Sean Ortiz. I think it's Marcy. Like, he was on I think that's name Laughlin. This police officer from Live TV.
Mm.
Or and so they dated for a while and then she married a few people. Then I mean she first met this guy, Jeremy Dufresne, that's his name.
Yeah.
And he's from was it okay. Des Allemands? How do you pronounce that? Is it Des Allemands?
Don't say that again. You say it 3 times in a row. No, you said it twice. I was like, feel like a voodoo spell or something. I don't even know where that's at. Just down to Bayou. Everything is down to Bayou in Louisiana. Lafouche? Probably. Yeah, but I've never heard of it.
Like, no, of course, I mean, I'm definitely doing it for 12 or some stuff, but like,
Changed it up a little bit.
yeah.
Trying to find you a swamp tour. You want you a little Jeremy Dufresne? I hear you.
I think, okay, the story gets wilder with this. Apparently, I believe he was engaged to a woman or he had a girlfriend for engaged to her for 12 years. Or they were together for 12 years. And then apparently she says that they broke up. They were broken up for maybe like a month. Next thing you know, it's like he's engaged to like Anna Del Rey with them.
Hey, love is love.
Celebrities are very so sure. Probably so.
It doesn't hurt.
And she made a thing that I think that he like said something like he likes alligator or players something like that, but the
Hey.
alligator she's like the one with that. But to me that also sounded like one brain for
That's what I was about to say.
so you know
She probably loves it.
I think so, but not only that, I also heard this alleged, but really it's not alleged because you know, I don't know, I'm scared that but I knew like she apparently they moved into his house. And the ex-girlfriend's daughter is still living in the house.
Mm.
One of them gets like, yeah, it's like Jerry's house and everything. So I mean, she is like
I'm sure that daughter's like, yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna live here with Lana Del Rey. You kidding me? Probably great. Who, Lana Del Rey?
yeah, I'm there. It's all obvious.
You heard it here first, folks. Oh, Kim is on the case. I saw her vaping yesterday. She was vaping outside of like a Walgreens or something. I'm not sure if it was a Walgreens, but they was on some wall. And probably that's the love of my life. I probably did.
every Lafayette couple.
Yeah. Checks out. Good for you though, Lana. Right here on the podcast. We want you to know that we support you and your marriage. And if you want to invite us over, we'll show up. Look, I don't even know where that's at, but if Lana's there, I'll be there. Wear yellow if you need me. Blue jeans. Yeah, whatever Britney was doing. Remember those? The crazy Britney videos
Me.
where she's like dancing with knives and they're like, "Are you okay, Britney? Wear yellow in your next video if you're not okay." So she's done some crazy stuff, but her Instagram's wild.
You know,
She can't leave her house. I think her new husband's got her on lock.
well, she can see a story of her. Oh, I think of course. Well, I do, however, I do believe her ex-husband of 55 hours. I think with Jason Alexander when he said that he was in contact with Brittany before they got married. Or she didn't see that married. Because how else would he know how to get to her house and find her to get arrested?
Yeah, it's all money.
I
Celebrities, right?
yeah. My intel was that they've been communicating that how you get there, it's fine, but I was getting this so easy. You know, I got, and not everybody else I know what that is.
Mm-mm.
But basically, the only I know of that, where was it that they actually seen this?
Seen it. Shit. Seen the show. Is it live from her house? Yeah.
Yeah, please.
It's wild.
But I don't know about you. I don't know how you feel, or if you were women's fashion. What?
Excuse me. Ma'am, I'm in a cheese shop. I know all about women's fashion. What were you gonna say about her fashion?
Yeah, so it's like looks like a little piece that's from that she was given, like when she was like in her 20s, like back whenever she was.
Yeah.
And it did look like it was still dated, but it's like I mean the 90s never done. But the early 2000s are coming back, so it's like I
So
mean
it's just kind of looking normal all of a sudden. It was weird until the clothing line came back. It's like if we saw somebody from the 70s or 70s wardrobe happening on somebody, it's like, well, that's probably from a closet. It would be weird until it comes back into fashion. So she's trending now.
it's pretty. I really think that people had like all the that's alive and all these things are wrong like
Oh yeah.
it's not. I don't know what to say this, but we wish her well.
We love you, Brittany. I don't know if we do shout outs on this podcast. I'm giving out like 4 or 5 already. Oh, okay.
Fluffy moves the key to the down. Does it make you want to take a trip down? Not. My bad.
I'm not looking for love in the swamp. I want my love to find me in the swamp. Like, you got to come to me.
There you go. Ladies, just
Talking to you, Halsey. Where you at? Halsey, I'm right here. Fiona Apple. It's not too late. Ruin your marriage. Find love. My bad, y'all.
but we're talking. It's a retreat, but he looked really great. It's just like the suit that he wore when they went to a wedding together, and that's when everybody made like a official like hard walk.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like I mean, he was all like put together in a suit on. It was
The thing is, as long as you find a cool person, that's all you need to do. Like you can put a suit on anybody, right? As long as the other half is good, you're good. That's how it goes.
yeah, oh yeah. But my we have of course students. That's like that's where we're gonna get into that soon. Like we've got I'm super excited. Criminal defense attorney book TV coming on the podcast. And we're
Nice.
deep dive into that. So first thing and for that, but oh my goodness, but yeah, we're gonna keep it short, wrap it up here. But thank you, Jeff, for joining us. I'll call the green room and
Glad to be here.
you know, the action links here, so y'all follow the Lunchbox. Lunchbox Comedy. I have Jeff's information. tagged everything, but thank you. And this is our first, well, my first live, live in studio. Well, actually not live, but in studio. Not in studio. Oh my God.
On
Right here.
on site?
One side, yes.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah.
On site.
This is gonna be the first event. So, thank y'all so much for joining. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much to her. Thank y'all so much and have a nice day.
Later. Mate this cheese.